Hello, guys. Good morning and happy new day. So this morning I'll be analyzing the V10 here. So we'll start from the weekly analysis. We start from the weekly time frame. So you see that it's very clear for a very long time. The V10 has been on a downtrend. So it is very clear. So one thing is very important before you start analysis. It's always very okay to go on the bigger time frames to check the market trend before you make any trading decision. So on the weekly time frame, it is very clear we are on a long downtrend. So let's zoom in and see what is currently happening here. Alright. So we can see clearly that we have a liquidity over here. That is, we have a lot of sellers at this point. This is a resistance point. This is a resistance point. So it's a very good point of interest for us because price failed to break this structure for a long time. Price has been testing this zone and it also gets rejected one more time. So we also have another block at this point. So before the trend continues, I'm expecting price to break this structure here, and we'll be looking for a sell opportunity all the way from here. But if we look closely at what is currently happening, if we go on lower tier, let's see what is happening currently. Alright, so if we come all the way down to 30 minutes, I saw an interesting candle here. You see on 30 minutes time frame, uh, price has been bullish going up. So we have other block here, another block here, and we see price respected this zone very well. So and I expect price to clear out all the highs. So I expect price to clear out all the highs here. So sorry, I just clicked on just clicked on the wrong thing here. Alright, sorry for that. So I'm expecting the price to push all the way up to clear out all these eyes. And if eventually we have a breakout from this structure, don't forget this this line is my weekly line. Let me change the color. It's my weekly line. So if price should eventually break through, then there's very high tendencies that price will keep pushing up all the way to entry here. So this will be good opportunity to take buys and keep riding until price gets all the way to where we are looking to short the pair. So that's all on V10. That's all on V10 for now. Okay, so let's check what is going on V100 1S. So V100 1S. Good. That's been on a long downtrend too. Mm, Alright, we see price came all the way back to mitigate this other block here, and price also respected this. Hmm. Price respected this zone too. So price is currently on the last low. We can see it's currently on the support, and price is getting adjusted on the support zone here. You can see we have the candle showing here. So let's go lower time frame to see what's up on V on the runnings. But if we look on weekly time frame, we have equalize here, all here. We have liquidity to be grabbed. We have liquidity to be grabbed over there. We also have over here. So I'm expecting price to still push up. So now let's go on lower tier. Let's go on lower tier. So we see a very good opportunity for a long on 4 hour time frame. You can see an engulfing candle here on 4 hour TF, and price came all the way back to mitigate the candle. We can see here. So that was opportunity for a long here. But let's see if we have opportunities to take on V100. So we want to be sure, we want to get the trend and not to get trapped in either the buy or sell. So if we come all the way down to 30 minutes time till let's zoom back. Let's zoom back to see what's up here. Alright, good. So we have some interesting zones here on 30 minutes TF. We also have a point here. We have this point here. Alright, good. Alright. So we saw price respected this zone once again. Price respected this zone once again. So that means this other block was retested once again, and stop loss have to be put there. So if this should be respected and price should eventually drop, let's go on lower tier 15 minutes to see what's up where we should put our expected TP. Alright, so we have another block here, we have one here. But since the overall trend is still downtrend, so we can just keep trading our stops. So let's see where to eventually have a good entry point. All right, good. So we can see we have a bullish candle here. This blue candle here. So we wait until this candle closed below this candle. That is, it engulfed this previous candle. So that would be a very good indicator for us that the momentum is high for us. So then we can look for opportunity for a short at this point. So wait for price to retrace all the way back to this point before we take this up. And since we'll be using 30 minutes TF, so the only interesting point we have next is this point. The point. So be looking for a short opportunity all the way down to this point, and our stop loss will be just here, or better still, to be on the more safer side, a stop loss. So that is our safe zone. So we are waiting for price to retest this point before we have our entry. So this is our safe zone. So once price come all the way back to retest this point, then we can have a short trade, and our TP is at this point. That is on V100. Alright, so V25, 25, okay. So we see V25 also downtrend, and we can see this big move up here, this big retracement, which came all the way back to mitigate candle here, and price begin to drop. We also have another block here. We have another block here, so we're expecting price to still push up. It can either push up to come all the way to respect here, because we have liquidity to be grabbed over here. So that is a money zone. You can see price kept uh, getting rejected at this zone. So there's high tendency price we break the structure and come all the way to respect where we have our entry. But but that is on daily time frame, and it can take a very long period of time. So let's go on lower TF to see what's up. So on lower TF, we can see how price has been forming equalize, and uh, how price have been forming higher highs, higher lows. So we know we're in an uptrend at this present particular moment, and price has been forming equal highs, equal lows. So there are a lot of liquidity all here. I see traps all here on V25. So it's very important to be very careful when we have equal highs, equal lows here. We don't know get uh, which one will get grabbed first, but I'm expecting price to push all the way down. So if price should break the resistance, the support here, it is, if it grab this liquidity over here, then I'll be looking for opportunity for long in this row, in this zone. So this is where I have my buy opportunities on V25, and taking the trade because price should break the structure above here. Likewise, let's break above, and we have the interesting candle here where we'll be taking our profit, because if you check the overall trend on daily TF is still a downtrend. So price can eventually respect one of those structure there, and price begin to push down. So we just have to be careful where we put our TPs, so we don't set our unreasonable take profits or reasonable target. So we should be very okay with what we get out of the market on time. We don't want all trades for too long. So if you go on V25 on 15 minutes TF, you can see The price also, we have a support here. We have a support here, and you can see we have liquidity there. So price has been ranging a lot at this point. Likewise, and we saw that price mitigate this point here. You see how price respected that zone, and we also have an interesting point here. We have an interesting candle. We have another block over here. So we'll be looking for opportunity to buy for a short time on lower TF here. We have another block here. So we can have an order at this point and target this as our TP, and our stop loss is just below the other block here. So this can also be a short time trade to take. It can eventually play out, and we also have another block here. So price can eventually come all the way up here and before price begin to drop, because the overall trend is still a downtrend. We shouldn't forget that, so we should not be trading against the trend. And if we are doing that, we have a stop, and the risk to reward is very high. So we can still just risk taking the trade. Can risk taking the trade. And if price should eventually come all the way up here first, then we know we have an opportunity for a short at this point, and price will eventually clear out this liquidity. So I'll be setting my stops to 711. All right, good. So just to be on the more safer side, so I'm going to put my stops just above the resistance here. So if price should go against uh just be losing $3.65, which is still reasonable enough, and if price should eventually respect this zone, then our stops 2681, 2681. All right, good. So this gives us this, and I want set a TP to 706. All right, good. So we're risking $2 to get a total profit of $10 here, and if price should eventually respect the zone, we're risking $3 to make more than that, because we expect price to break below the structure and come over here. Okay, just not to get greedy, we getting out from this zone 2685, 2685, 2685. All right, so this is also $10. So both trades gives $10 with very minimal risk to reward ratio. So it's a very good trade to take. So we set our orders and wait for price to for markets to do its thing. Okay, so another pair which I would love to check. Oh, okay, let's check step index. All right, all right, good. So step index have been on a bull run for a while. So first check what is happening on the weekly TF. Yeah, what do we see on the weekly TF? Nice one. We can see the throughout this whole week. Look at the long candle. Look at the long candle. Wow. So that is a nice move from step index. It looks like a big rejection, and so it's very clear and it's very sure that this week we close as an engulfing candle because it will definitely engulf the last 2 weeks. It will definitely engulf the last 2 weeks. So we can see the big momentum. So I won't really expect price to push all the way back to this level before moving up. So price can eventually retrace all the way back to this zone here before price begin to push up one more time. And we also have an interesting zone here. So, and don't forget, this is a downtrend. We are still in a clear downtrend, even though we have these long and bullish movement on step index because on on this weekly TF, until price break above this structure, we still consider this as an uptrend. So let's price break above this structure. We have equalize here and there's high tendency price will eventually come all the way up here and break the structure. Then we know we are in an uptrend on steps on stuff. Okay, but before that we have to look for opportunities on this place. So we go on for our TF. For our TF, okay, all right. Oh, see, okay. So we wholly had an interesting candle over here. I won't really trust steps to respect this level coming. You can see we really had a little information. Like price has been really bullish. I really want to see big move. I really want to see a big pullback, a big retracement, and see some price action movement before I take any further trading decision on steps index. If I'm going to take a buy, so it will be very dangerous to take a buy right now on steps until we see a big retracement. We want to see some more movement in steps, but I'll only be looking for sell opportunities because I know we are still in a downtrend unless price break above this level here. So looking all the way back, then I can see my order blocks. So steps can eventually respect one of the order blocks like we have here. We have another block here, so I'll be looking to short steps once price gets into the structure here and I'll hold my sales. Price can begin to drop all the way from that point. So I'll look for sell opportunity at the point here and let's look for another opportunity. We have another block over here and we also have one over here. So we'll be looking for sell opportunities at those points. But it's not really necessary to trade a pair if we see that the risk is too high taking this trading step because step index is very volatile. So we can just go all the way over to another pair to trade. All right, so we look for another pair. All right, good. So lastly, I'll check V50. V50 V50 has also been on a downtrend. On a downtrend. Let's zoom in. All right, good. So we have an interesting candle here. So it's let's zoom in. So we can see price got engulfed. This is an interesting candle. Alright, good. So it's it was retested. It has you can say this point was retested like one, two, three, four, five, six times. So we're expecting a rejection from this point. When a downtrend, drop. Price should drop from this point, and this is a very good trade to take. It's still a good sell opportunity because price is still respecting this zone. Let's go on daily TF to see what is happening. So on daily TF, let's go on for TF. So we're looking for sell opportunities, and price has been dropping. Let's go lower TF. Alright, good. So we can see how price has been moving, forming lower high and lower lows. Alright, so and the previous law has been broken. Previous law has been broken, and okay, we had an opportunity. So this is still a good trade to take on V100. It's a good sell opportunity. But if I'm taking the trade with for RTF, it means a lot of opportunity because your stops have to be way up here, way up here. That's to be on the safe side. But if you want to trade according to the trend, just follow the trend here. Okay. Alright. So we can follow the trend there. We've been on a downtrend and we're expecting a big drop. So we can look for opportunity shorts again once price retest the trend line once again. So that will give us another opportunity. Then we short the trade. And those stops, this was the previous eye. Then our stops can be just above this structure here, just above the structure here. Alright, so I think this time V100, V50 will be a good trade to take, but we're looking for opportunity once price come all the way back to the trend line. Then we take this and stops just above this resistance here. And let's look back if we have liquidities to be grabbed. Oh, yeah, it should be a smooth sell. Alright, so thank you. I believe I shared some good stuffs here. So please kindly like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'll be sharing more educative contents for free here on this channel. Thank you. Bye.